Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and here to share, you know what? I am filled with inspiration, filled with joy, particularly just simply by the support that's already here. Holy cows. Thank you. Sincerely, all of you who have already popped in, blessings and greetings and love. Sincerely, I appreciate all of you. And to those who tune in as as the notifications go out, blessings and greetings. And today I switch things up. There's some newness for me. This will be the first time streaming on Rumble as well. So I've had an account there. I just really hadn't been posting much. And I figured, you know what? Why not branch out and see what's what, see where this life might lead? Because life really is about change. Change includes growth. Life includes growth. Growth means change. And I am seeking growth. Speaking of, thank you again to all of you who might be new to this Talcottian adventure. Finding out what's up with this live without fear guy. That's what you know, that's what I want to be. The live without fear guy. I started gaining that reputation a little bit here locally, but it's just life is just happening. It's all at once. So, hey, I am going to drop the link. I'm planning on dropping the link here shortly, but I'm going to start out with a little bit of flow, right? So, bear with me. And there is a method to my madness, I think. I think I've got it outlined and figured out. But let's get through the preliminary, right? The beautiful, inspiring, just adorable friggin' thumbnail, man. That's so cute. And the words, though, are so true. Friendship improves happiness and abates misery by doubling our joys and dividing our grief. How true is that, right? That's really what a friend does. It's someone to share in your happiness, share in your joy, share in the goodness. And then at the same time, when life kind of figuratively or realistically kicks you in the balls, so to say, um, friends there to help remind you of your strength, you know. And a lot of times our friends are in similar problems. We're dealing with similar situations because that's what life's about. It's all about similarities and differences. Life is about relationships. Everything in life is relative to everything else. That includes you, that includes me, that's everything. We are a part of everything. And everything is relative to everything else. Einstein's theories of relativity come into this too, right? It's all true. So, what does that mean to be relative to another? It means there's a relationship. And a relationship is a connection, it's a bond, it's a tie, it's a connection. That's what a relationship is. And so we're all in relationships with what? A lot of different things, man. I think a lot of people are in a tight bond with their confusion. I used to live that way. I didn't know how close I was to my confusion, man. It brought a lot of fear in me when the thoughts came up of getting rid of my confusion. And for me, I've been open. My path took me through the rooms of AA. you know, Started out as a lot of beer and good times, so to say, and then it went to wine and whiskey and vodka and golly geez. You know, Not to distract, but addiction. Seriously, how stupid are we as a species? This pattern of addiction to booze, to drugs, to nicotine, things that really aren't good for us. How much money do we just throw away? Because why? We've given away our self control. Done that. I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, there's better ways for us all to live here on earth. I it's been shown to us. It's just you got to take these things seriously. And what I'm talking about here is the example from Jesus, from the Christ, from the Buddhas, from the spiritual masters who are teaching us peace and consciousness and awareness and love. It's all real. It's worthy of your time and attention. That's what I truly trust. Hey, I'm feeling really good. And while I still can, I'm going to go ahead and drop out some more memberships today. At this moment in time, admittedly, it's not an entirely huge deal, but you know what? Welcome to the family. Goblin Majesty, The Missing Link Live. Amen. El Perro, beautiful Crystal Shaman. Amen. Welcome. Welcome to the club. Thank you all. Thank you all. Um, hey, the topic relationships, awareness, consciousness. Here's a conclusion I came to, and there's a story. Light. Like, you know who these people are, these people of light. They're just like, wow, what a great person. What a great shining example, right? A real leader, someone I honor. Those people of light that we see, what I saw today, light overcomes the pain and darkness of some pretty tragic pasts. And um hey, I don't want to distract. Why nobody who care about you ever tell the truth? People have this world we've been born into, right? Here's what I hmm. You know what? Now we there's more people gathered here. I'm gonna start us off a little fresh, right? I'm gonna outline a little bit of what I'm doing and what I'm hoping to do in this stream. Uh, somewhat, this is church, okay? Because I am a man of very, very deep faith. I use the term God. You can call it source. You can call it creation. You can call it all that is. You can call it whatever you want, but I'm talking about the absolute, right? And this, what day is this? This is Thursday. Praise God. Praise God. It's Thursday. 4/4/24, right? There's something to numbers and patterns, and I'm always wondering, when's the day coming? When is the day going to arrive for us as a people, united as one, right? To realize that we are united as one, that we don't need to fight for so many separations and divisions. Getting off track again. What I'm hoping we're doing in this stream, we're gathering for a little church, right? A little praise and a little worship of that which is good. Because that which is good, well, that comes from goodness. And the absolute goodness is the creator of this experience that allows us to know love. Man, let's pause for just a moment. Just give it up to love. I mean, praise God, love, that power that moves us. It's like a mystical force that really, For dishonest minds, it can never be understood. And here's the key. This is what I'm knowing. This is what I'm realizing for certain. Truth is the key. Truth matters. It truly matters what you believe is true to you. Um, and in this realm of, it really is a mystical realm in which we live in. We think we've got it all figured out. The arrogance of mankind, it's infectious, okay? So if you think you've got everything figured out, maybe you do, but allow yourself just a little bit of possibility that there might be some wrongness in what you think. Because the ego mind that is within us, it's like a self-preservation mechanism. We are designed perfectly, okay, through the biology, the chemistry, the electricity, the way the way everything works together within us and around us. It's perfect. So can you rest in the perfection of this moment with me, right? What I'm hoping to do, and here I'm going to explain this because I'm trying to work it out myself as well. And what I'm hoping to do is, this is a method of ensuring communication. You want to make sure that the parties are present, that their hearts are here, right? Because the heart is always present. It's the mind that wanders around. But the mind is more willing to be present if it feels safe. And so, the idea is for you, I don't know what you've been dealing with earlier today. I don't know what you've got planned going, later. And I don't know what you're dealing with right now as you're listening, but I encourage you just to be present. And if you can allow your mind to stay tuned here with a heart of understanding, with the mind open, a willingness to better understand, why is Jack doing this stuff? What's he talking about? I'm not lying. I'll assure you of that. I have no intentions to deceive anyone. Um, no, no hidden agendas or unveiled purposes of manipulation. I do hope to influence. Not gonna lie there. I hope to influence this world, and I do hope to help inspire. And it's my theory, albeit, as far as I know, unconfirmed. I'm one of many. I'm confident of this. I'm not alone. I'm not really special. I am unique. But I believe that our creator, the way that the world is unfolding at this time here on earth, I'm not real well known yet. But I believe God is creating me as a teaching example. That's what we all are. We are all teaching examples, right? We're examples for the purposes of teaching. We are, we learn ourselves through trial and error, pretty much. We can, through what others offer us, through the experiences of others, and through our mind and imagination, we can avoid some trial and error, right? Just by logic and reasoning, but we are all living examples for each other and what to do and what not to do. And I'm very open. I've made a lot of stupid mistakes in my life. I've said a lot of stupid things in the past. These days, while I love to talk, I enjoy being silent. So, um, here's the point. My goal is to encourage you to feel safe in the present, in your present condition, your present body, your present moments, at least for a short period. The problems, the schedules, all the worries, you can pick them up whenever you want. it's a good practice to set them down, to set everything aside just for a little bit. That's what meditation is actually all about. Meditation is a practice not only of training your mind to focus, but also training your mind in the practice of what to ignore, what to recognize, but just say, okay, you're there. It's okay. You can be there, but I don't need to be disturbed. So that's the whole idea of meditation, is to break free from the world, break free from the worries and the problems, and just go within you. And there's words in the Bible, rest in me. Well, I've convinced myself to accept, okay, not believe, but accept the truth. And the truth is, there is a God. I can't prove this part. Now, I may not be, I'm not certain. I mean, I accept that there is an omniscient presence of God that is eternal. Like, its awareness and presence is always and everywhere that we might ever experience. So, if God is eternal, and the words of the Bible, with the perfect example of a man, Jesus is the name that I grew up knowing. Um, that man, the spirit of that man, the Christ, is also eternal, one with God. Through the story and the sacrifices, it was like mankind was really kind of a shit show in the past. And if you look at the world, not really a lot has changed. We haven't quite learned the lessons yet, but we are. We are learning the lessons. The lessons, the answers, the solutions are being freely shared. Brothers and sisters, we are living through a time right now, 4/4/24, right? Today, um, Thursday, we're living through a time right now where there is an awakening happening. And this kind of gets us into the topic today, too, the awareness and consciousness. Within us, there is the light of our awareness. It's through the light of our awareness, our noticing. That noticing brings information into our consciousness. And the awareness and consciousness, they're completely tied together. But the goal is to be present, to be open, to be still. Because if you can keep your awareness still, your awareness in the present, with a mind that's open, a heart that's still, and got a kitty playing in the background. Sorry for that disruption. This is what the goal is. It's real easy for us as people to normalize unnormal things, unhealthy things. It's really easy for us to do it. God is so good. God is so good. We can only know anything whatsoever through the light of our consciousness, right? Through the human consciousness. Everything we've learned about math and science and everything, history, it's all interpreted through the mind of mankind. It's interpreted knowledge, it's interpreted information. There's a greater mind than any of us, and it's through that greatest mind that the lower minds have been formed. It's like layers and layers and layers of information and awareness. But it's so many things that create you, that create me, What we are is not just the form, the vastness in the mind, the potential from the heart. Now I'm reminding myself of thoughts I didn't make notes of. The heart. Yeah. The idea of these spiritual masters, the idea of what Jesus was teaching was to raise your consciousness beyond just the narrow minded, short visioned ignorance of the ego. While we're designed perfectly, we are our own worst enemies, every one of us. The rest of the world is not the enemy. The enemy we face, the real enemy, is within us because each of us, individually and collectively, we are co creating this realm together. It's through the mind, it's through the mind of God and well, the laws of God. Everything comes to being. I love this. I got over. We're all in the womb. Matrix in Hebrew is womb. I did not. Each day we choose what kind of day it will be and how we respond to life. This is a humbling but very true responsibility we can accept for ourselves. While there is a greater God, always, we are we are the creator of our own experience. So this is where the magic of God and the truth come in. If you can allow yourself to consider this, that our God is so amazing and this realm is so perfect that anything can be true. Anything can be true from some perspective, right? So you actually have a lot of opportunity. This is what I was reminded of earlier, and I didn't bring up the link, but Aaron Abke, I was watching more of his stuff again today. And if any of the mods are willing or able, if you don't mind dropping a link for Aaron Abke's channel, if you know who I mean, I'd appreciate it. I was watching some of his observations, his encouragement, teachings today. This young man is so gifted in his ability to teach and his devotion to love. To me, it seems pretty clear and apparent. But I brought him up because he was describing today. He was his topic I was watching was about redefining, redefining some of the thoughts, kind of well, interrogating the thoughts, redefining, rewriting. He had a different term and I didn't write it down. But back to consciousness. What is consciousness? Hey, thank you, Lizard Tree. Blessings. I appreciate that. Um, it's if you can see the spelling, Miguel. Sorry, brother. or I'll try to get it on these multi-platforms. It's interesting. They don't all communicate from here, but I'll get it. Tell you what, Miguel, I'll message it to you later. Um, Consciousness. My thoughts on consciousness earlier. How do you know that you are conscious? Well, through your awareness, right? And we all know when we go to sleep, our consciousness is gone. We just like disappear. And then if you do have a consciousness, when you awaken, you put two and two together and you can figure out, oh, that experience wasn't actually real. It was just in my mind. It was a dream. Well, it was beyond my mind, maybe. But so, what is sleep? Sleep is an absence of our awareness. Simple as that. That's all it is. And and sleep is with an absence of awareness. It's an absence of consciousness. So we don't actually know we are asleep mostly until we awaken. And so, what does that mean to awaken? It means the light of consciousness brightens again. You become aware of things and different things. So that simple act we all know is waking up in the morning, right? That happens with us every single day. But just because you're conscious and you're moving around does not mean that you are awake. You could still be drifting along at subconscious levels where you're not actually fully conscious of what you're doing, what you're saying. You're just going through the motions out of habits and out of reactions. I used to live that way. It was a living hell. Okay. So if you're feeling that if you're living a life where you are lacking fullness, and you define what these mean, okay? Fullness, but grateful, fulfilled, joyful, the goodness. If you feel a lack of goodness within yourself, it's time to reevaluate your beliefs sincerely, because every feeling you're going to have is actually a feeling based on your own self-worth, on your perception of your relationship with whatever else is there. If you see yourself as having a poor relationship with the world, well, you're going to feel pretty poor. It doesn't mean that you do have a poor relationship with the world. It means you have a poor relationship with you. So, you know, I think I got through most of my notes. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the link for those who may wish to join, may be present. Um, and let me also do that over here as well. Oops, dang it. There we go. Bear with me. Thank you for your patience, folks. And if I do that here too, look at that. Fabulous. I think I'm set. And blessings to everyone tuning in. I haven't really been paying a lot of attention to the chat. Today, the ideas of my inspiration, right? What I wanted to try and communicate, some reminders on communication that, well, and that could be another topic we'll get into as well, more so than I have, but the reminder that relationships, we are simply relationships with everything and everyone that we encounter. And there's actually hidden relationships. I mean, every product in your cupboard, everything around your home, while sure you may have worked or earned or been gifted some currency, most of it wasn't created by your own hands, right? We live in a world where we really are tied to everyone. There's so many people involved with the comfort of our day-to-day lives, between the people dealing with to ensure the sewage is handled properly and gets out of your house, and others working to make sure that the power grids are working, and the communication, and all of this stuff is working together. I just know we can do better. I know it doesn't have to be so expensive for everyone to live. It's something I'm confident of. Hey, here is a bright light, a man I enjoy having conversations with already. Welcome back, Miguel.
Hello, Jack. I love you. How's your day going?
It is absolutely filled with blessings.
Fuck, man. Mine too. Would I be able to speak for a minute?
Please do. Go ahead.
Thank you. Man, the last 3 days have been monumental. So I helped my buddy move. He has 4 children. So there was a shit ton of stuff. It took us 2 full days, 4 U-Hauls full, 40 footers. And then we had to go and clean and stuff. But point being, it was an honor to be able to serve my best friend, one of my best friends, because he's extremely independent and he never asked for help. This is the first time he asked for help in like years. So I was overjoyed. And then after that, I got a spurt of positive energy. So I decided to message 4 Taoist temples in my city, 5 Buddhist temples, and 7 Christian temples. The downside is I don't know what the source is trying to tell me, but not a single one responded. And then I called the National Taoist Society of Canada, and the dude that responded was a fucking prick. So I'll explain. He fucking answers, and he says, "Hi there, thank you for calling the National Taoist Society. How may I help you?" I'm like, "Oh, I'd just like to know if I can arrange an interview with one of your highest level masters." "Why would you like to do that, sir?" "Oh, I'd just like to exchange truths and ideas about the objective truth." "Hey, I know who you are. You've called here before. Stop calling here. We're gonna send the cops after you." I'm like, sir, this is the first time I've ever called this number. "I recognize your tone of voice. Stop calling here." And he fucking flipped out, and I was like, what in the fuck? I was like, how is this dude representing Taoist Society of Canada? It's not provincial, it's national. That was disgusting. So then point being is, in the last 2 days, not a single one of those sick fucks, pardon my language, sorry, I gotta calm down, but not a single one of those entities that I reached out to call back. That just goes to show you that they don't, man, they're not even willing to call back a honest, pure intention truth seeker. I've tried reaching out to churches innumerable times. Now, guess what? There's a silver lining and thread here. It'll be good. So I magically, after having all that happen, the source sent me an ad on Facebook. And the ad is for a meeting that is happening only less than a kilometer from my house with Tobias Thiessen. He is one of the pastors that got arrested during COVID and went in and out of court system because he was one of the only pastors across our entire province that stood up to the fucking beast. So I reached out to his office yesterday. I talked to his assistant. He said he would contact me yesterday. He did not. He did not contact me today. So I guess I'll have to talk to him on Saturday. But the point being is, I prayed to universe this morning. I made a live video and I said, please, for the love of God, source, whatever's out there, honoring both the dark and the light, please allow me just 10 minutes to speak at this meeting on Saturday, because I will show them all that I am Jesus Christ reincarnate, and I have the solution that will save our entire species. And if they're willing to give me 10 minutes of their time, I will blow their fucking minds and destroy all illusions and usher in a new age of abundance for one and all. And the only way to get this truth out to the masses is for people to fucking listen. Pardon my language, I get frustrated. I've been trying for 2 decades now. Churches won't hear me. News stations won't hear me. Independent media, except for you. No independent media is willing to interview me. I'm not lying to you. Not a single one will fucking have me on. There's these people in my fucking city, literally, fucking, they claim to be representing Source of Light, blah, 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 Beth Martins. Sorry, I love her. She's a beautiful soul. I've reached out to her 10 times in 10 years. She won't fucking give me an interview. But she'll interview all these dudes with fucking paperwork and bullshit. But no, she won't interview the one motherfucker that'll save them all. What the fuck? I faced constant rejection for 2 decades now. What the fuck? Sorry, I had to let that out. I'm done. I love you. And it's just magical because right now I'm at the end of the game. And Saturday, I know with a certainty Tobias Thiessen will listen to me. And he has tens of thousands of followers. And if I could get through to him, I'll get through to his followers.
I love your passion, brother.
I love you too, and I apologize if it offends people.
Well, there is a question. You didn't say you're Jesus Christ incarnate. How did
No,
you
I'm
say
the, I'm the next one. I'm the one after him.
Okay.
Jesus Christ is his own person. I'm my own person. We're 2 separate entities. But both of us search the truth with pure-hearted intent. I am not Jesus, because I'm not playing a part in that book.
You know what, brother? Okay, so here, let me feedback what I understood.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your inspiration and the inspired action you've been taking. I love
Thank
that
you.
you're reaching out, you're trying to put yourself out there and trying to see what you can discover. I love it. Not just discover, but accomplish. And I love the passion too. So this guy you mentioned, I'm not intimately familiar, but I think I got a decent idea of who you mean. And
It's,
so he's got a greater following. He's coming near you this weekend, Saturday.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Saturday is going like literally 4 blocks away from me.
All right. And so you're hoping, and there is, well, not just hoping, but there is a practical possibility that you
Yes,
can communicate with him and that he may share some of the stage with you.
yes.
So,
And if he does not wish to do so, I will honor and respect his choice, and I will take that as a sign from source that the Christians are not the way to go.
mm, careful. I
Hmm.
can I cannot I could
Trust me, I'm
explain
being
better.
careful, bro. I've been doing this for 2 decades.
You know what? Let me not offer caution. You know what you're doing. Hey,
Yeah.
okay. So I have my own ideas and aspirations, but so you get the opportunity and the audience. What's the elevator pitch? The gist of what you want to offer?
My audiobook.
This is the solution.
My
What is
audiobook.
okay?
It basically, so I'll resume it within 2 minutes here. Basically, objective truth is as follows. It exists in the now, it is eternal, and the only thing that divides it into smaller segments or portions is the mind. The mind is the filter that destroys all truth. The mind creates falsehood by design. The mind is imperfection. The mind is the lower self. The mind is the ego. The mind is the reptilian mammalian brain. When they talk about reptilians in books, they're not talking about some fucking demon reptilian entities. They're talking about your lower mind. They're talking about your lower self. These are things that we can objectively prove in the now, and all belief systems across the planet in the entirety of human history that we agree upon all refer to the same concepts. So you know the concepts I'm referring to are objectively true. Now, the objective truth is me and you are all fractals of the one. We are all part of the same consciousness. The only thing that separates us is fear, ignorance, darkness. So to remedy that darkness, we need knowledge. What does knowledge come from? Truth. Truth is objective and eternal. It bypasses all language and limitation. It bypasses all symbology, all systems, all maths, all sciences, all health, anything in existence. So the point I'm getting at is 3 experiments prove in the objective 3D realm that we are master creators. I'll tell them to right away. And then those same 3 experiments can be taken and applied onto all dimensions of existence because these experiments are referring to the one objective truth that exists throughout all of creation. So these 3 experiments are this: the double slit experiment in physics. It proves that the observer collapses the limitless wave field. If you don't understand what I'm saying, go research it. I know you do. Point being, second experiment, Dr. Masaru Emoto's water experiments. He has done this for 3 decades. It proves beyond any shadow of doubt or fear or lies that the intent and belief a creator holds not only, like the double slit experiment says, collapses the limitless wave field of perfection, but it labels and marks that collapsing process with the intent the creator, me or you, all humans in the entirety of existence since the beginning of time share the same consciousness. So the creator, you or me, the intent that me or you hold when we create that thought and collapse the wave field shall be the intent that is held for eternity. Now, until humans acknowledge this objective truth, they will be trapped in uroboses of suffering and fear because they will be trapped in another fractal of the one's creation. You have to embrace your power. You don't have to listen to anyone except for yourself. Now, I'm not saying that in a satanic way. I'm saying that within is all the answers. You don't need a rule book. You don't need a religion. You don't need a guide. You don't need a master. You don't need a guru. All you need is pure-hearted intent and the ability and the willingness to sit alone and shine the light of awareness on your subconscious. Now, I understand I'm presenting concepts that might not be comprehensible to those that have not studied spirituality or psychotherapy or psychology or philosophy or anthropology or all the things I've studied, or the rise and fall of nations, the power structures, every single mafia leader in existence, every single dictator, every single tyrant, every single one. There's not many of them, I swear to God. So point being is, the third experiment is the random number generator experiment. This random number generator experiment leads credence to the first two. So what it does is, in 1970, these people took a computer machine and they started flipping a coin 50,000 times a second. Now, I know right now we could flip a coin 5 billion trillion times a second. But the point is, back then, that was the limits of their variables of technology and belief systems at play at the now moment that they were experiencing. Every now moment is new, and we build upon previous learning eternally until the system collapses like the toroidal field and the reset happens. Now, within 3 years, the reset is going to happen, and those that choose fear are going to be, unfortunately, facing their consequences for their choice. And those that choose love will elevate and go on to the next phase of evolution and existence. Now, the point I'm getting at is the random number generator experiment. It flips a coin 50,000 times in a second. Now, if there's no human observer present and only a computer AI and or unconscious observer, it will always produce a 50-50 flip rate. No matter if you flip the coin 1,000 times, 5,000 times, 5 million times, 5 trillion times, it will always come out the same, 50-50, because natural law is control. Natural law is in control. Perfection. There's no mind present to collapse the wave field into imperfection. Now, when you enter a human, which is a entity that carries the power of the one, but is ignorant of the power of the one, it's a paradox that produces itself. You are basically, when you go in there and you go into the room and you say, okay, heads or tails, I say, I look at the machine and I say, flip heads, flip heads. I have $50 million bet on this. Flip heads. I want it to flip heads. Well, guess what? The machine will start documenting 50.1%, 50.2, 50.3, 51.4, 51.5. Now, depending on the intensity of your will and your vibrations, you can manipulate the flip rate to your desire. You become the master creator God. You can choose the tapestry. You control the entirety of creation and destruction and everything beyond and in between and be. So the point I'm getting at is, when humans wake up to the truth that I'm presenting, that is objectively provable by any member of our species in the now moment, without any technological instruments, this is eternal. It exists beyond mind, beyond technology, beyond learning, beyond language, beyond everything. Now, if people were to actually honor and respect and choose to honor the one truth, our entire world would shift in the click of the fingers, like Thanos, literally in the click of the fingers. It's just like the Lion King scene. Literally, the second the people choose the truth, the shade from the land disappears immediately by design. It's divine intervention. It's the effects of the choices we make. Now, when people choose to honor and respect the one truth, the entirety of creation flourishes, and abundance and utopia awaits us all, and a new game awaits us all beyond the limits of duality. But until we learn the lessons as a collective and as individuals in duality, we shall continue along in this Ouroboros of suffering. But the downside is, it's been 6,000 years now and 666, and we're at the end game. The bad ones have listed their goals. They've listed the goals throughout the entirety of human history. Their hubris is insane. They have always documented and left books and said their plans, and their plans have always come to fruition. You ever wonder how prophets see the future? Is because they fucking learned from the dark ones and they tried to warn the people. You ever wonder why the Bible says every fucking thing perfectly? Because it was written by the same people I'm fighting against. It is a system of control, and until we break free from that system of control, we shall face the consequences for placing our power of belief into it, and we shall continue creating what that book has created. Now, I'm not just, okay, I love and adore and honor and respect all religions globally, but I also abhor, despise, and destroy them equally. It's the vibration. You got to balance both forces. You got to allow the light and the dark. You got to acknowledge both sides. And if people keep only acknowledging one side, there's an imbalance present, and suffering and fear and pain is the end result by divine law. So sorry, I just ranted for a long time. I really appreciate you giving me time to speak, but that's the gist of it. It's once humans awaken to their power and the one truth, all these systems of enslavement that have been created for thousands of years now, the Federal Reserve, the government, police, RCMP, military, they all go extinct overnight without violence, without a single finger lifted. Because any person who claims authority over another soul is serving the darkness. You have no authority over other souls. I have no authority over you. Free will exists for a reason. If you don't honor free will, you are playing the part of the bad guy. You're stealing others' free will. You're infringing upon others' experience. Now, I'm not trying to take it to the extreme like the Buddhists say when they say, if you see someone getting fucking stabbed in front of you, don't intervene. They are facing your karma, and if you intervene, you will face the consequences. That's a psychopathic way of operating. That's the one thing I hate about Buddhism and Taoism. They say, do not intercede. I'm here to intercede. I'm here to stop the darkness. I'm here to say enough is enough. We gotta fucking stand up. I love you all.
Well, there's probably a reason you're here, brother.
Oh, I know there is.
Well, what you're talking about is the message that I've been offering.
I agree. I agree fully.
So how do we create the opportunity? Hey, and actually, I wanted to address a couple comments here, if I may. Just real
sure.
quick.
I can't see them.
Provo, blessings to you, wrench tags. You know what? That's a cool concept. I'll be real generous with the wrenches if people want to voluntarily provide a tax. I mean, that's what our whole system's about, right?
Send me the love and pain. Sorry.
Hey, just teasing. Thank you, Provo. And yeah, because of, well, someone thought it would be fun to interrupt the stream yesterday. I ended up doing a blanket removal. So I am generous with the wrenches. I feel it helps us be community. You guys can share stuff. You can look and to check out other people's channels. And Miguel, you getting called out by our regular friend there, Mr. Hank. He claims he's stronger than you. But there was one other thing.
Adore that. Sorry, I won't interrupt, but I absolutely adore that, and I'm more than willing to go at it with him. That's the best. That's the best.
Love it. And this too. Yes, this is the day and age we live upon. I know. Miguel, I trust you, and actually there's another bright light in the background I'm going to bring up real quick too.
Awesome.
This is the way God has us at this time. The faithful and devoted, yes, we are going to change the world from the comforts of our bed, from the comforts of home, because Jesus already did the hard part. We just got to follow. And Miguel's got it. Welcome, London. Blessings to you, my brother.
How you doing,
Welcome,
JT?
London.
How you doing, Miguel? Big up. Much love.
What's up? Much love. Always.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Big fan of yours, London. I turned you on earlier, one of your streams earlier, and I'm such a fan of your work. I missed much of it, but I'm gonna go back, and looked like you were sharing some good stuff again.
Thank you. Well, I did have a rowdy bunch on earlier as well. You know, yeah. I do try to give everybody a voice to some degree. You know,
you are. Sorry to interrupt. I saw you're a wonderful example of that, actually, of allowing people to be people. You're a great example for me, brother. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hey, and Miguel. So back to these ideas, right?
Yeah.
Agree with where you're at. There is the objective truth, and the objective truth is it is more easily known when we get out of our arrogance. Humility is our key, right? So this is what my goal is. What I hope to do is somehow find a way to speak to the citizens who are legislating the rules that we're all trying to live with here in America. Where's your no? What's the no?
Unfortunately, trying to get through to those that are at the highest level of the system of darkness will not work. We've tried over and over and over, thousands upon thousands of times. Those that are at the highest levels, they're not beyond saving, but they have made their choices clear in the last 4 years. You have to honor the objective truth. They've had 4 years to stand up.
Okay, I can accept
okay.
why. I can accept why you would say that. Okay. However, until I'm given a chance, until I get a chance to try and talk to these people, I'm not going to accept that it can't be done because I'm
Oh, I
pretty.
love that.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm
Oh,
pretty confident.
oh,
And
I love it, man. I have tried and I have failed, so for me it didn't work. But I wish all the power to you. Trust me, I've reached out to hundreds of MPs. They won't listen.
hey, not yet. We're not done yet. You and I, we're not yet done. Okay. And as we join together, we'll find a way,
Yes,
by
we will.
supporting.
We will
We'll,
create a way. We will not find it. We'll create it.
exactly. There you go. And this is the goal. This is where I want to take this. I want, and the other part, I don't believe the people in Congress or the White House, I don't believe they are the top. And this is
No,
where,
there's this.
right, they're not the top. And so this is where I think we do have, like, there's an opening. We may be able to get into there, present the objective truth in ways that they cannot deny. They will eventually, they'll have to find humility. And with that, they will have some shame. But with their shame, brother, what we'll do, we will use the truth, the objective truth, God's truth, to
Yes,
lead the confused and the deceived into the light. And the light is,
precisely. And I am the same boat as you. I want to serve both the darkness and the light. And my ego, I won't say what it wants to do to those that are in the power of the darkness, but my higher side is like, hey man, everything's forgiven. We all played our role. We all play a purpose. So like, there's no violence coming from me. I don't want to hurt them. I just want them to know the error in their ways and show them that like, yeah, you guys sold your souls to the darkness in service to self. But you got to understand, if there's no balance, the imbalance is going to create self-destruction and the end of the game. So they're actually destroying themselves in the process, but they're unaware of their actions. It's so weird.
this is humanity. This is the state of humanity all around the world. I
For
used to be,
eternity.
well, we're all playing the same game, playing different roles, similar roles, but different ways. I used to do a lot of this self-sabotage stuff. I'm very familiar with it. And that's what I was saying earlier. I truly, honestly believe through me and many others, God is creating. I think I disappeared.
Oh
Am I,
yeah.
am I
There, you're
back?
back. You're back. You're back.
I was saying, I think God is creating through us many teaching examples. We are
There's.
learning as we go, and we are examples that others can learn from. I mean,
I.
I don't mean to keep going, but Miguel, you do have a gift. You're
You too.
the way you present. London too, man.
Fuck.
Yes.
We all have gifts, and I believe that every single human is precious beyond description. And that's what hurts me so bad, is that people are so brutally misled, and they think they're the scum of the bottom of the pot of the cauldron of the darkness. And I just want to free them from their self-imposed prisons.
Want to free them from their self-imposed prisons. Amen. This is the key. I'm getting through this comment from Virgil too.
I'll read it too.
Main area of interest is astrophysics. What has always fascinated me is the block universe theory, and that all reality, including the future, exists now, kind of like destiny. Your death has already happened. Your time car hasn't got you there yet. I can get that. I make sense of this by thinking of the universe in a thought experiment of mine, as a road with a beginning and an end, and time as a car you drive through it, but with no reverse gear. Faster you go, the less you age because of time dilation. I can rock with that. I see this experience of ours. It's a mind game imagined by a mind and a creator far greater than us. But we are made in the likeness, right? With
We are it.
similar patterns. Yeah.
We just have to fucking use the scythe of truth and slice away all the thickets of fear and false limitation. Man, I've traveled to interdimension. I won't go there, but nobody will believe me. I don't care. But like, other dimensions are real, and I've been there. But that I don't get locked up. Fuck.
Hey, um, I want to. I don't want to argue, but on this, no, I believe we are for the most part, in self-imposed prisons.
Oh yeah,
Be-
no, I just saw that. Sorry.
well, my simple is based on our beliefs, on our limits, what we are willing to accept and not accept. What do you think? You same? More?
I'm the
What?
same. I
What
believe
yeah,
110%, not to be rude to the person. I believe every single entity in existence is in their own self-imposed prison. And unfortunately, 99.99999% of reality is not enlightened. And I don't claim to be enlightened, but I know I'm on the path. And I know with a certainty that all the tens of thousands of hours of research and all the studying I've
I
done and
disagree.
all the books. Well, and I'd love to hear why.
When you said you don't claim to be, I think we are enlightened already, but we just don't know it.
Boom! I love the way you said that,
there you
and I
go.
agree that you're coming from the higher level of awareness. You're coming from a dimension above the limitation of 3D. You're coming from the higher self there, which is it's not. It's I agree. It's a paradox because the lower self is never going to be able to admit what the higher self knows. It's a paradox. You got to break free from the mind. But I agree with you. You said that perfectly.
Thank you,
We are
sir.
already enlightened. The only thing stopping us from admitting it is all our lies. But then it just reconfirms
Yeah.
the statement. It's self-imposed prison.
Mm.
Here's the key I've learned, right? The way out of prison is you've got to see it. You've got to see your prison. And the way to find the prison, well, I
Suspend
keep
belief.
coming. What's that?
Suspend your belief.
Suspend your beliefs. I was gonna go to notice what you're noticing, right? What are the thoughts in your mind? Because our feelings are actually just reflections of our beliefs, our thoughts, and our behavior. And those beliefs, thoughts, and behavior, those are all based on what is my relationship with XYZ. And and so when we've got those bad feelings, those feelings that are not healthy, that what that is, it's not something you want to deny. It's not something you want to really make become you. Like, not to drift off. You know Joe Dispenza, right, Miguel?
I know of him.
Of- of-
I've researched a couple things about him, but I unfortunately believe he's lost in he's all about money. His filter is just
he's he's doing some great work. The reason I brought him up is I remember listening to him, some of his explanations. They're just brilliant regarding how our mind, how the thoughts and the chemistry of our bodies all come together. He is so um, spot on. The
but
point
he'll only share his wisdom with those that pay. And for me that's
I
wrong.
I've noticed that. I have noticed that.
That's
That's
wrong.
my
That's so wrong. That's literally
well.
creating another religion.
Tell you, he's one of the men I hope to speak with in the future, and that'll be one of the things we discuss. Is the well, who knows? Who knows what the future brings?
You're gonna
Here,
shine the light of awareness on his darkness and watch him go berserker mode?
well, we're here to help each other grow, to help each other improve. And I
Yep.
know the world improves, particularly if we could get some of these amazing people to remove the paywall from their
Yes.
knowledge, right?
Yes, but 99% of them won't. And so they're serving the darkness.
They
Separation,
don't
fear.
realize. They don't
Yeah,
realize.
exactly. They're unaware, and unfortunately, until they admit it, they're going to continue along their Ouroboros of suffering.
Well, here's the thank you. This is
Well,
actually
thank you.
perfect because this is exactly what I'm seeing. And the experts, these people who have the credibility, they've got the authenticity, they've got enough backing, they would have no problem getting the attention, having the attention, and having the people listen with willingness to learn.
It's
So
because
how do we get these guys to join us, Miguel?
Unfortunately, the only way they will access the one objective truth is by giving all their money away, and they'll never do that. They're going to say, oh, what about me? What about my ego? What about my survival? Then they're trapped in fear and separation. They're never going to interact with source. Never.
I don't think that's the only way.
Well, that's okay.
However,
That's you're right.
here, sorry, the reason I brought Joe Dispenza up anyway was I was going to try and clumsily explain. We have our thoughts and our when we carry our okay. We'll get an impulse. The impulse will bring a thought. The thought will, if not addressed, will continue, and the thoughts become our moods. And then when the moods aren't checked, when they continue, they become our behavior. And then if the behavior's not checked, then what originally just started as a thought has become our personality.
You got it. You just fucking nailed it to the cross.
That's
Thoughts create our reality. If you choose to place your power of belief into a thought, it will be tainted by the vibration and intent that you held during its inception. If you are trapped in fear and unaware of that, you are creating an abomination, and you will face suffering and fear as a result. Now, what I'm getting at is the truth is, unfortunately, we gotta reconcile the opposites. We gotta honor and respect and love and embrace the darkness, not fear it, not
yes,
run from it, embrace
yes,
it.
yes.
And all laws in existence are all fear intent. What about insurance? What if? It's all patent system. Oh, it's mine. Ego.
Okay.
Fucking it's all.
Sorry to interrupt.
No.
Miguel, similar to you, I've been reaching out to other teachers, other online people. I've been reaching out as well over the past few days. And so brother, God's using us. We're a part of this. We're going to figure it out. We'll find the way. And the solution is so clear, right?
Truth. That's all it is.
Truth is
That's
God.
all it is.
God is truth.
And people have a choice. Do they want to embrace and honor the truth or lies?
Yep.
And the beauty of the truth is there's only one, and you can prove it objectively. And I already did. Point being is, if the truth did not stay constant, we would not be able to learn. We would not be able to grow. We would not be able to write memories. We would not be able to write history. The entire system would collapse. There has to be rules for a game to be played. The rules I'm referring to are natural law, the thing that holds reality intact. It's beyond words, beyond labels. It is not an all-loving God. Yeah, that thing exists, but its polar opposite exists. The demon. You got to get out of the fucking... Don't rely on any external source to save you. You save yourself.
Well, yes. We either align with the truth or we stay in denial and we stay confused.
Yep.
And the more we stay in denial, the more confused we become.
Yep.
And when people get confused, well, then they get angry and they get afraid. Yep. And when people are afraid and angry, well, then
desperate.
Well, then we've got the American government paying for wars around the world and families and children dying as a result of the idiocy that people have chosen to believe in.
Precisely, and everybody's facing their karma. They can't say, oh, why is this happening to me? It's because of your choices, no one else's.
You know what's crazy about that as well, Jack? I mean, as long as wars have been going on, right, we've been warring against each other, but never against the real enemy, right? And that's on like from micro to macro level.
You got it.
And when they speak about stuff like out of how would you phrase it? Chaos.
Order out of chaos.
Order out of chaos. There you go. Thank you.
Abdo ordono. Yeah.
Some people take that as like an occult saying, right? But
it is.
I feel like we was to use that may even work for our benefit. You know, like we need a bit of chaos, like to rise against the enemy. You know, then
I agree.
Then we might find order because we've really gone at the enemy, have we? I don't think they've seen our chaos for a long time. You know, then we might get a bit of order.
See, I agree 100% with all the words you just presented. And the downside is that the order that has existed for 6,000 years is demonic intent. We are breaking free from a demonic intent order. We need chaos to fight against the demonic order. We got to
There
use
you
both
go.
sides of the force. But people keep saying, oh, we can't go through a transitory period phase of chaos. What are we going to do if we have no money? Who the fuck cares? Once we get rid of the monetary system, everybody's free. Abundance awaits us all. We have robots that can perform 90% of tasks. I saw a thing last week. Boston Dynamics has a flying robot that has a jetpack attached to it. Bro, the end is here.
Wow.
Japan has legions of robots already. I've watched the videos. I've seen the fucking robots. I've seen the kilometers worth of stacked on top of stacks upon stacks. They have enough robots to take out the entirety of our human race right now. I'm not joking, and I'm not trying to spur fear.
Well,
This is the end.
the end of the old, it's the beginning of
Yep.
the new. And
You got it. And
this is where I'm gaining in confidence. I still have no material evidence that I can point to for my faith, but I'm damn confident about my place here in the world at this time. I feel like we're amongst the blessed. Those of us who are gathered here on the panel, those of us who are tuned in here, there's an energy that draws us together, that unites us. And I tell you what, hearing Miguel talk, seeing and knowing London and Hank
what's up, Hank?
and even Satan's
Satan's
little princess.
Dope. Are we gonna get some devil's advocate in here?
Yes, me. So,
Yoo-hoo, Bronk.
so a lot of times when people
Well,
say
okay.
let go of everything, they're scammers. Let's be honest, because
For
they'll
the-
keep their own stuff. They'll keep their own stuff and take your stuff. So I'm not. And second of all, I agree with you. I say embrace the chaos and confusion rather than reject it. That way we have more leverage.
Agreed.
Me too.
I'm just listening.
Okay. Hey, welcome. Glad to see
Hi.
you, Mike.
It's good to be back. Hope you're doing well. Hank, London, nice to meet you, Miguel. It's
How
actually
you doing?
Barbie Sasquatch. The whole little name down there is a whole other side joke. You'll have to hear about that some other time.
Nice.
But yeah, that's what that's about.
Appreciate it. Hey, dang, there's something.
I
I'll
did
read
not
one.
just make all of y'all speechless. I look like dog shit today. Come on, guys. Say
I'm not
something.
speechless.
Come
I'm
on.
waiting.
You're killing
We
me.
was, we was waiting for Jack to gather his thoughts again. We was waiting for
Yeah,
Jack. He
I
had
was like,
I was
something
like,
to
I
say.
Zen
know I
mode.
don't look that good.
I think people were being polite, and I took a while there to gather my thoughts.
That was awesome.
Um,
Jeff was like, oh yeah, I remember that chick. I remember her.
hey, I was going to bring it back to relationships and relationships in the future. See, because I had this conversation through messages earlier, Miguel. I know there's been a lot of gloom and doom in the prophecies, in what was foretold. There's been a lot of gloom and doom that's been talked about. I'm of the belief it's already here, right?
Well-
We're just blessed enough not to be a direct part of it in the immediacy. Go ahead, Miguel. What's up?
No. I'm pointing as in when I point. Sorry, I mean I agree. You're speaking truth.
Thank you. You were confirming. I appreciate
Yeah.
That's what I always do.
But here, man, if you just look at the step back and you look at the stories of the Bible, the angels start a war. God says, no, I don't want that around me. Banishes the war and the wars away. So here in mankind, ever since we've been born, mankind has been at war. And all sorts of wars, psychological war, chemical war, physical war, it's media war, information. It's a game. It's a game that Satan created. Were you saying something, Barbie?
So I was saying it is like a war internally. It like, especially last week that I've been out and I've just sat around and cleaned and I like give my daughter a break. I was thinking a lot about that, about like the duality of things of God and then of course of Satan. Like I don't know how to word this without sounding like a straight Satanist because I'm not. But like maybe they're working in tandem.
Oh,
Does that ever, like maybe
Oh,
they're
yeah.
working,
I
you
love
know what I
that
mean?
thought.
Like,
yeah. Satan's well known to be God's attorney general and prison warden. So yeah, and there's other
because like
gods too. So
some
that's
of the
well
true
known.
crime cases
Guaran-
I've been
Guaranteed.
following, and they're like, you're living in distortion, and that's Satan. And I'm like, no, honey, I think you're in distortion, and that's actually not Satan. That's God trying to wake you up, but you are so off the rails right now. I'll pray for you, and I hope you come around. That's all I can do.
Yeah,
That's
Satan
all I can
clearly
do.
works for God. You could read Job again if you don't believe me.
Yeah, yeah. And like, if I know I'm getting in heaven, so like, if I can get into heaven, I'm pretty sure most of us are going to be able to do that too. But we have to put in the work. You can't just show up on the job and not have done a damn bit of work research or even know what you're doing. Didn't go to school for it. Show up for HVAC job that you didn't go to school for. See how long you last. God's gonna say you show up at the door and be like, so what is Psalm da 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 say? And look at you and wait for it to come out like that. When it don't, why don't you go back and try again? No, go back and try again. Go to the back of the line, get your Bible, and try again, sir, ma'am, whoever.
That's a possibility. However, I lean more with the idea that the kingdom of heaven is upon us. It is here. It is present.
Earth.
It is wherever God is, perhaps, and God is everywhere. So, could this? I believe this is Eden. Honestly, I believe this is the Eden. This is heaven. This is hell, all in one. And it's just variables of perspectives from there.
Yep. And it's also all how we each perceive those things at the different at the different points in the life path that we're on. Like some of the stuff that I've been through in the last 5 or 10 years spiritually, had I experienced that earlier on in life, I probably wouldn't have understood it as the way I do now. It probably wouldn't have changed my life for the bad and not good and stuff like that. Like life is I like that clip that Flo has of you. Like really praise God. Even people that may not identify as Christians, because I certainly don't. I did grow up in church. I was saved. I went to a Baptist church. I have my own personal reasons for not identifying like that. I talk to God every day. So many times a day my daughter thinks I'm crazy. She come around to her, Mom, who are you talking to? I'm like, don't worry, me and God are talking right now. I'll be out there in a minute. And she'll be like, what? And I'm like, we got to have a powwow. And I'm about to lose my shit. So let me talk to him and then I'll be right back. She's like, you talk to God like that? I feel like we talk to God however we need to, and God will hear it regardless because of his unconditional love. You know what I mean? Like that's God to me.
Hey, amen. God is the truth.
Yeah.
And the truth is always there for us. We can yell at it, we can scream at it, we can ignore it, we can hate
Ooh,
the
that ain't
truth.
good.
No, we can
You
fear
can
the
ignore
truth.
it. You can ignore it all you want to, but I'm telling you, one day that truth's gonna come and bite you in your ass. And you're gonna be like, man, that was that red flag. That was that damn red. I knew I should have paid attention to that. That's me every day.
See, that's what I came to realize. In the end, what happens here on earth doesn't matter. I mean, it does, but in the end, what will judge us is the truth. That's what matters. Yet we've got all these asshats getting paid to be judges here on earth. What in the hell are they doing?
True.
It is.
Man,
Well,
quick
It's
interject.
so true.
Here's the thing. There's some disputes that we can't wait till we're dead to resolve. So I think maybe a decent thing to have mediators.
I'm almost dead and halfway there, anyways. I'm just kidding.
I think
I don't
mediators is
think
a
you
good
can.
thing
I don't
because
think
some
it's
people
possible.
just refuse to help come to a resolution.
How-
And you know them, Jack. You know people who
Hank,
refuse
when
to
are you
come to
gonna
a
wear that
resolution
yellow
at
fedora?
all costs. Yes.
When are you gonna wear the yellow fedora?
Have you? Oh.
I don't know.
Nice. I
I
love
don't
it.
know when. Probably when it's sunny again.
I got a yellow car. Random.
Hey, what
I just
about
I
wanted to say.
do that
I
sometimes.
wanted to say one thing about the thing you said about heaven and hell. This ancient quote I read from the famous samurai what's his name, Miyamoto Musashi. He went to a wise sage, and he was lost in darkness and fear, and he couldn't figure out how could he reach heaven and how could he reach hell. So he went to see an old ancient Buddhist monk on the temple, and he walked up to the Buddhist master and said, "Hey, I'd like you to teach me the difference between heaven and hell." And the monk looked at him and basically said, "I shall not teach you." And then the samurai got angry, pulled out his sword, and went to strike the samurai down and said, "I'm gonna kill you now." And then the monk reached up, put his finger to Musashi's mouth when he was holding the sword up to swipe his final blow, and he said,
That's what you said.
pointed right in his eyes and said, "That is hell." And then immediately Miyamoto Musashi dropped down into a collapsed pile of bones on the ground and started weeping uncontrollably.
Yeah.
And then the monk bent down and put his hand on his shoulder and rubbed his shoulder and said, "That right there, that's heaven." He said, "No matter what you choose, every choice you make in the moment shall determine if you are living in heaven or hell. These are things that are in the now moment. They're not after death. They're right now. I right now am living in heaven. I don't let the fear and negativity get me down. I know there's 90% of the people in my 82% that took 2 jabs. I'm not going to go down that path right now, but I was trying my best to warn people. I've been doing research for 20 years. Holy shit. But point being is, everybody's got free will, and heaven and hell, in my experience and interpretation, is just two descriptions of two ways of operating on planet Earth in when you're trapped in duality. When we exit this realm, we're no longer trapped or ensnared in duality. There's no more love or light or darkness or fear. It's beyond all that. But now when we're in this realm of limitation, we have a choice every single second right now.
Yeah.
When I realized that, I started taking advantage of that, because what you
Yeah.
said, to make a more enjoyable life, do the things you enjoy and then enjoy the things you do. This world has brainwashed us. Not brainwashed us, it's
It has.
conditioned us. It's taught us wrong. We've picked up a lot of dumb and
Bullshit.
stupid habits.
Yep.
Yep.
Um,
Jinx.
one of the worst is self-judgment and carrying around, just tons of shame and regret and anger and all of that stuff. It
Yep.
You know what? It wastes our time. Our
It steals our
time.
time.
And
It
it
steals
drains me of my
Urubos.
happiness. It
What's that?
drains me.
Yes, it steals our time and drains our happiness. That
It-
life. When we feel alive, we feel happy. When we feel happy, we feel alive. Those go together, right? And this world has us chasing temporary happiness, missing out on what the real joys are. And the joys are, it's relationships, it's friendships, it's family, it's love of one another. That is our key.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
I love you
No
all.
kidding. It's insane. Me and my daughter were just having a conversation similar to this before we got off the phone, talking about because we were both having these emotionally baggage days. Like she was going through stuff at work, and then I was apologizing because I had to leave early because I didn't want to make her and the kids any sicker than they had already been, and I've been sick. And she was asking me while I was down there. She was like, "Don't you miss your friends?" And I was like, "Holly, I don't have any like real friends. I have friends on the internet and I have friends that I've talked to on the phone and stuff like. She's like, "Do you talk to him pretty regularly?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Do they ask you how you're doing?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "They asked where you were when you were in jail, Mom. They're your friends. Okay, they're your friends." I was like, "You know what, Meg? You're right. They are my friends. They really are, and I miss them when I'm away from them. And they honestly, some of them have helped me get through some of the darkest days." Some of the darkest days that I've had to go through in the last couple of years. If it was not for my YouTube channel and actually putting forth the effort to come out of my shell and start interacting with people that I saw live streaming, like Richie and Sasquatch and you and Flo, and like I cannot even stress to y'all enough how much of a blessing that has been, like in so many different ways in my life, like so many different ways. I appreciate every single one of y'all, whether you're a subscriber of mine or not, and you just listen to me talk about a bunch of nonsense. Even the ones that don't like me, I still love y'all. I pray for y'all. I'll see you in heaven. That's what's up. That's how I feel, and that's the way I'm always going to feel because I can't get through life any other way. I know my brother's up there waiting on me. I know my son's up there waiting on me. I've got grandparents up there in heaven waiting on me. They laugh at me on a daily basis, but they're waiting. So I can't mess that up. And I feel like that is definitely my purpose after I lost my son was like to let people know, like, yeah, we're gonna go through shit. That's part of the experience down here in this realm. But the key is figuring out how to get through it together and come out better on the other side.
That's the key.
That's how I feel.
How do we help each other grow?
Hey Jack, I'm gonna go ahead and hop down, my man.
Hey,
Thanks for
blessings,
having me.
Thank you for
Appreciate
joining,
it.
brother.
No doubt. Till next time. Take care.
London. Yes.
Take care, everyone. Peace out.
You too, please. Take care.
Oh,
Be
peace out.
safe.
Is everybody going? Is it over?
No, just
Sorry.
London. No.
Negative.
He's
Okay,
he's
cool.
fairly new.
Sorry, I had to
Miguel's
go to the
fairly
bathroom.
new.
TMI.
He's not
I am-
experienced a 12-hour one yet. Not with Jack. Jack doesn't normally do stuff like that. 12-hour streams.
Yeah, I don't either.
No.
I am probably
Bullshit, Hank.
I am
Yeah, I
probably
get it
looking
now.
at about two today. Might be about the limit for this. But
Yeah.
we'll see. You know what? Life is an adventure. And the adventure is about what can we get done. There's been one of the comments was a critical, suggesting that what we're doing here isn't doing much. I actually disagree.
I disagree.
I
Yeah.
disagree.
I do too.
Thank-
And they can honestly just suck my balls.
Exactly.
Every time
Yeah.
Every time people say stuff like that, I'm like, you just suck my balls. You're just jealous because you didn't come up with
Yeah,
it before
just-
we did. Like,
Being
go
like
on,
they're-
shut up.
Their negative lies just reflect back off us.
Yeah.
We
I
do
thought
live
that's
in
my Jack. You know me. That's my response
a
every time.
well. The
Love
other
it.
thing, though, I trust everyone is perfectly gathered. Now they're either here to be a part of growing and supporting, sharing the knowledge, sharing the community, sharing the good and the truth, or they can choose to be others, right? And that's the whole point of being an ego. We get to choose. We get to choose what we do with each other. We get to choose. We get to choose what we
Yeah,
think.
we can resort to acting like the way they do, or we can sit there and show them love and show them that we're in a little bit better spot spiritually, and maybe they'll take note and learn from that. I mean, that's
Yeah.
really, really all we can do. I do have hope for the younger generation. I really do.
Me
Yeah.
too. They're
At
fighting
first,
back
I
against
was
the
like, oh,
system
we're
hard.
screwed. Yeah.
Oh yeah, my niece and
And that makes
nephew,
you
man,
proud.
they're fully awoken and they're like fucking 17 and 15 and they're like, man, we're not paying taxes. We're gonna find a way around it. I was like, yes.
I've got a 22-year-old daughter, a 17-year-old son, and 3 grandkids.
Oh,
And
wonderful!
another
I love
son
hearing
that's
that. May they be always blessed and protected.
oh, I know. I just got back from seeing them.
Nice.
That's the
Oh,
cool
that's
thing
the
about
best feeling.
grandkids.
Best feeling ever.
That's amazing. And
Mm.
hey, it's for I know how cliche it sounds, but that seriously is part of my purpose. Why I raised my hand as a kid to serve the military was for the women and
Thank you for your
children,
service.
you know? Well, that's why I do believe that's why I'm committed to this purpose, trying to change this world because I know our children deserve better than what we had, right?
Yeah.
Simple as
Yes,
that.
yes, yes, yes. And our forefathers, they laid this shit out for us. All we have to
Yep.
do is follow the plan. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. Drives me
Someday.
bonkers.
Hey,
It's so
I
amen.
don't
frustrating.
believe in coincidences either. Like I think it's cool that Jack was in the military. My daughter's dad served in the military. They also both worked for the post office and stuff. They were so much alike. Jackson's like an older version of my baby's dad. I swear.
That's
I
awesome.
swear. He's like a much older version of my baby's dad. It cracks me up. My daughter, she was like, that guy looks like he works for the post office. I was like, what does that even mean? And she's like,
Is there
you
an
know how
image for
dad
a post
looks,
office worker?
like the hair, because his hair is long and the beard. And I was like, honey, they just drive a truck all day delivering mail. They ain't got time for that grooming shit. Come on now. That's what real men look like when they're working.
Fucking
Chill.
A.
That is hilarious. Oh my goodness.
She was like, you do have a really cool group of friends. So I was like, I know that. They're mine though.
I do feel blessed to have met some pretty cool people online like this. I mean, and let's give it up. It's to the greatest, to God that all of this is available for us. There's a lot involved for us to be able to do this.
Yeah.
Hey, and real quick, Homelander, I timed you out about 10 minutes. Your negativity could take a break. So I'm gonna, for those who are mods, I'm gonna try and do more, especially when I'm not just. I'm gonna try and do more attention so you guys aren't getting the heat as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here's
If
something
I'm
I
not,
did.
that is one
Here's
thing.
something I did
I-
moderation wise. Here's something I did moderation live for my stream. I actually turned on slow mode, but I made it a very short time. Like so, I did slow mode for 3 seconds. That we can run away with spam.
Do you have any mods of your own, or do you just do you do it yourself, all by yourself?
Right now, I have the machine lies. What's his name? Neil Jack and Made by Jump Up. That's the only mods I have at the moment.
I'm pretty sure
So
TML is
mostly
one of mine.
Yeah, mostly I just
Yeah.
mostly just do it myself. I don't really need to do too much because people. I have a reputation, and anyone who wants to make trouble knows what I'm going to do to them if they make trouble in my
That's why I love
homeland.
you.
So they'll
That's why
steer
I love
clear.
you. I just gave out some more wrenches yesterday, but it's because the reason why I have so many mods is when I'm on panel, I cannot pay attention to the chat because the chat, especially depending on where we are, it's not usually at Jack's. It's usually at Flows or something. And it may not even really be towards me, but sometimes I definitely I'm aware. And I'm not going to argue and fight with people in chat when I'm on panel just because they think it's entertaining. If y'all want to be entertained like that, you can find me outside on 3 o'clock on the playground.
Catch me outside.
Yeah, I
Catch
don't
me
reach.
outside. How about that? Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
don't.
how I feel.
Yeah, I don't restream my just panels I randomly go on. I don't restream those. I just let them sit where they are. So
Mhm.
I just have my own panels.
But
and
I'm really lax. I'm not like I'm not a Nazi like creator or whatever. I'm not just gonna every single word you say I'm gonna like. I did that. I did do that to Flow though. That's why I don't have a wrench there anymore. I got mad one night and people just got capped.
I know. I was just thinking, did I end up giving you one today? Because when I saw you, I was going to, and then I remembered that story. So, did I give you a mod today?
I don't know if you did or not. I'm about to check. That is so funny. I've been a mod for a while, but I've never done that to you. I've never done that to Jack.
Yeah, I
Let's
don't really do
see.
anything. I really don't do anything mod wise. I don't. The last thing I did significant mod wise other than links was I timed out officer snaps for 5 seconds on prop instructor movies people, and that's been like 2 months ago.
It's
So
gone.
yeah. So I'm pretty lax mod wise.
Mm-mm.
All right.
Jack
Welcome.
took my wrench. I must have
Well-
done something one night.
No, he took
Welcome
everyone's
to
wrenches.
that. No,
That's right. That's right.
I had a trader the other day.
Oh yeah. Don't you just love them?
Well,
Yep.
I'm learning. I am learning how to love beyond my judgment. And here's a tip I want to offer. A tip I want to offer. Pay attention within you and your narrative. Watch for the signs of victims and perpetrators. If you find
Yeah, I know what you
victims
mean.
and perpetrators,
Duality.
you're stuck. Yep. It's about overcoming it.
You got
And the
it.
best
All
way- Go ahead.
sorry. All poles may be reconciled. The 7 Hermetic principles.
Yes.
Oh my God, I love him every time he says another sentence. I'm serious.
I've done a
No,
fuck
I
ton
don't
of
hardly
research.
ever hear anybody bring up Hermetic principles. So I'm like, oh my God, you are awesome. Finally.
You too. You too.
Oh my
That's what it's
God.
all about, man. These people
You
were
know how
writing
I
about this
found
shit
out about
6,000 years
Hermetics?
ago. Yeah.
Through
How?
a metal band, Mudvayne.
Nice. That's a friggin' random coincidence, but I love it. Any which way that it falls into your lap. For me, it was I read the book Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle at 21, and it sparked
That's a
a
good
fire
book.
inside me. And then I freaking downloaded every single
Guys want that?
every single reference or resource that was tagline spirituality or esoteric or forbidden knowledge. So then I got access to like 5,000 different articles and books and manuscripts, and then I just sifted
you
through
have-
them all.
The secret history, the hidden secret history, or
Yeah, of Manly
secret
P.
hidden
Hall.
history of the world. Yeah, no, not Malin P. Hall.
I read
No,
many
it's somebody
people.
else. I think it's somebody else. It might
I've
be
read
Malin P.
tons
Hall,
of
but I
different
don't think it is.
interpretations of the history of the world. I've read at least 1,000 different interpretations
Mark
of the
Booth?
history.
Yeah, I read
Mark
a bunch of
Booth?
those too, but I pretty much go back to Principia
I guarantee-
Discordia because it's a better summary than most of those things.
And I love elemental stuff. I love learning about
You got
the
it.
different like alchemy and stuff. That is my thing.
Oh man,
But
for
people
me,
think I'm crazy.
oh,
I'm like,
let
okay,
them
well,
think
when
what
it
they want.
starts raining and y'all want the weather to come out, let me sit here for a minute. And when I manifest that sunshine, y'all can come in here and kiss my ass when we get to go out there and have fun. I've done that multiple times, y'all. Swear. It'd be raining like a mofo. And I sit there and I'm like, I ain't doing this rain shit today. I'm not doing it. And I'll stare out that window until the sky starts to turn blue. I'm like, I'm not. We
That's
all
wonderful.
have that in us. We all
I
have
agree.
that in us.
Do you want to hear? I just got goosebumps, man. During the 2008 crisis, in when there was the big stock collapse and everybody freaked out, they
Mhm.
had an article that went around the news, and they said the weirdest anomaly has occurred. Every single community across the entirety of Canada has entered a phase of depression, except for Winnipeg. We don't know what's different about Winnipeg, but Winnipeg is the only city across Canada that is all happy and cheerful. All their posts on Facebook are happy, and the whole collective around me was all fucking bustling with joy, while everybody else across the country was fucking suffering dramatically. How do you explain that?
Abundant sunshine.
Magic.
You got it. Magic. That's what's up. Magic.
Magic. People like magic's not real. Okay, you go on ahead and play that.
Oh,
You just go on, sit in the corner and do your little thing. And when you're ready, we'll be over here doing magic.
the
And being
power of
happy.
belief. If they believe that magic doesn't exist, it will never exist for them.
Like if you build it,
Well,
they will
it will
come.
exist to them, but the effects of my magic still exist. They'll persist even if they don't believe it. Except-
You got it.
Hank, you know you can't do math.
got
Quit
it.
playing with us. I have to give Hank crap. We hardly ever get on a panel where it's like me and Hank and not a bunch of other people. That
Nice.
we're arguing back and forth with those people.
I
Yeah.
adore fucking debate and argument of any type because that's where you grow. You pit your belief system against another entity's.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. I fully agree. I'm so blessed too that I had the parents that I did growing up that allowed me the freedom to choose to go to church on my own with the neighbors for Sunday school and stuff like that. And also when I was just not feeling it anymore, they were like, that's your decision to make. You don't want to go, you don't go.
That's the type
And
of
that my
parents
life path has been like that. Yeah. Oh my God, my parents. Yesterday was their 40th wedding anniversary.
Oh, that's marvelous.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. I was so happy. I'm like, that's a long time.
Here,
Yeah.
it
Yeah, I'm
is.
39, so I'm getting there.
That's a
I'd
long
like to
time.
point out something I observed in myself. I mean, from the stories you guys were sharing, there's a perfection. There's a perfection to the way your life has revealed itself. Like you mentioned, had I learned this stuff back then, I might not have understood it the way I did.
Right.
My life has been similar to that as well.
Yeah.
But, well, I've actually noticed there is a perfection to the way my life progressed. It makes perfect sense why things
It did the
happen.
way it did.
It's 636, 636.
Yes.
Numerology.
My birthday's 12/6. When's
Yeah.
when's your birthday, Jack?
What's that?
When's your birthday? When's your birthday? If you don't
July
mind me
30th.
asking.
July
Did you
30th.
just say 31st? Shut the front door. That's my dad's birthday.
Is it
That
really?
is my
cool.
dad's birthday, and that is
What
my
the
buddy's
fuck? And he's the
daughter's
one that
birthday
you thought was
too.
like an image of your dad because of the. Oh my god, that's
Oh my
trippy as
god,
shit.
that is
That's trippy as
nuts.
shit.
That
I
is
just got
crazy.
goosebumps.
Me too.
Holy
Look
shit.
at that.
My arm is full of
Like,
goosebumps.
look, I know. Oh my god, when he said 31st, I was like,
That's fucked. Holy
whoa,
shit.
blew my mind.
That is
Blew
interesting.
my mind. That is so cool. That is so cool.
God is
Cool.
amazing.
I've
God,
never met anybody that has the same birthday as me. Though. Wait, no, I lied. I don't know them personally, but I know of a person in true crime who has the exact same birthday as me, birthday year and everything. But I'm
Wow.
cooler, so
what's
Yeah,
the date?
that's what's up.
12/6, December 6th. I'm just a couple days older than Flo,
Yeah,
even though I'm prettier.
my date's on December 14th. So
Nice. I got
Oh, you're
January
just a couple
26th.
days younger. My daughter's the 9th. And then I got another one. It's kind of, and Sasquatch and my youngest son share the same birthday. That's Groundhog Day. So,
Nice.
and the
April 13th.
eclipse this year, I
Oh,
cannot wait. Are any of y'all in the viewing line of that?
yes,
Of
I'm
the
in viewing
eclipse?
line.
Oh yeah, I'm going to freaking
north.
watch that for sure.
Yeah, I'm going
Sorry.
north to get
Oh, I'm so
100%. Yeah, so yeah, I'm in viewing
That's
line. I'm
cool.
going north to get 100%. I'm definitely going.
Oh, I'm gonna be. You better send pictures. You better post a lot of pictures there. Hey.
Guaranteed. Live video.
Yeah, I guess I'll record something.
I'll have to share it.
So
Wiseman's view.
once in a 300 and whatever year event.
Yeah, I
344.
can't remember something. What the eclipse? Like the full solar eclipse?
Yeah, where there's once every 344. Don't quote me on that. I've been do too much research. I always remember concepts, but I don't always remember dates and times because I've just researched too much.
Yeah,
Miguel,
it's like
that's
me in the
me.
national parks stuff.
Hey, actually,
Goodness
sorry,
gracious.
totally different, but what you just offered, that's something I noticed about myself too. It can be misunderstood, but I think that is a great way to learn. If you can gather the concept and understand the bigger picture, the details, the dates, and the specificity, as long as you know where to go back and find
It'll
those,
fall in place.
you
Yeah.
don't necessarily need them. And if you don't
Yes.
focus on all the details, you can learn so much more.
more.
That's exactly it, man. Every single segment, every single system in
Course, yeah.
existence can be studied for an eternity. That's why I'm a jack of all trades, master of all. Not a jack of all trades, master of none. That's cocky, but I know. You gotta embrace your power.
Well,
Yeah, of course.
consider this too. God is the greatest. God is the most
Hallelujah.
overall.
The source of
The
creation, yes.
devil is found in the details. We
The
find
devil is necessary.
illusion. What's that?
The devil is necessary for duality to exist.
Yeah, we wouldn't
Right.
know one without the
Right.
other.
Yep.
My point is though, is we can lose sight of the big picture. We can lose
Yes.
sight of God when we focus on the details. We lose sight of the big picture when we focus on the evil. We lose sight of God.
Yep.
It's an amazing
110%.
Yep.
this realm we are in. It is so amazing, and our God, I'm growing more and more comfortable even though I stood against it earlier today, I'm growing more and more comfortable in the idea of the Father that Jesus spoke of, right?
Mhm.
That is the truth.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
and what was it? If you find me, Jesus, if you find me, you find life. Jesus is love. You find love, you found life. Love and life, it's within us. It's all around us. It's everywhere.
And he
God,
also said, and if you find me there, my Father may be also.
You got
amen.
it. He was a ladder
That's
to
what it
the
says.
source of creation, but unfortunately his words have been so brutalized that
Yeah.
nothing in the books is what he said. Not a single thing. Not sorry to be rude. I
Won't go
and I
there.
know that's gonna create a fucking but it's just like the translations have manipulated the words and the message so badly.
Well,
I
here's the
won't go
thing.
that far.
That's technically correct, but if we left it in the original language, we wouldn't be able to read it. So
Oh, but the beauty is now that we have AI can detect and deconstruct every single language. Get this. This is a thought that just came to me that's marvelous. We have the technology now as a species to literally send a drone with a laser that will scan all the fucking archives from the entirety of existence, and it will process and translate every single doctrine and every single manuscript in the click of the fingers.
Yep.
Language is no longer a barrier. But I agree with you. I agree with you. Until AI was available, language was the number one barrier.
Yeah.
okay, you're trusting.
Huge.
You're always selling AI. You're always selling AI. You shouldn't trust the computer that much. I mean, the thing can't even
Hank,
do
how
that.
do you know we're not AI?
That's possible.
I don't
I'm
know
just
for
alien
certain that we
hybrid.
aren't AI, but likelihood we're probably not.
There is no way you're an alien. You're not AI. You're just human, Hank. We know. We can tell. We love you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's
It's
all
awful
about.
early
Love, man.
for Hank to be on a panel. I almost feel like it's so early for him. Who let you escape, Hank? Did your people know that you're on the internet?
I don't care who let me escape. I just got out.
I love that. I
There we
love him.
go.
I
There
don't
we
care who
go.
let me escape.
Nobody let
I
me
don't
escape.
care.
I just got out. That's
I
what's up.
just said, fuck this shit. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm going to Jack's. Bye. And that's what he
Love it.
did. Yep.
Good people, good messages, good times. Fucking amazing, man. This is what living is
This
about.
is very good conversation. Like I streamed by myself last night
Me
for
too.
the first time since I've been back. But this is like the first. No, I think I might have joined. No, that was down there at Reach In Flow one morning. But this is the first panel I've been on since I've been back, and it's been awesome. I'm so glad I got that notification. I was like,
Man,
oh, I wonder what they're talking about.
I'm honored and overjoyed and beyond appreciation for all of you because like I've been trying to talk to people about the truth for so many years and I just constant rejection. Constant, you're crazy. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of my face. It's just constant. Never ending. But it's okay. I've become a masochist. I embrace the pain now.
Yes, embrace the crazy. Become one with the crazy.
You got it.
That's what
Because
I
it's
do.
part of the game. And if you resist it, you shall suffer.
Exactly. I've always been a little off kilter though.
Me too. That's the beauty of life.
Yeah, I did a couple panels. I hosted one this morning on Hill Swan's relationship advice for men. Then I went to Gen X Jeff. Then I came here. And I think it's
Gen X draft?
Relationship
What?
advice for men. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
so
a dude named Gen X Jeff. He's cool.
yeah,
He's real cool.
Nice.
was
Well
over
done,
there?
brother man. Thank you for doing what you do.
no
Was
problem.
Lib there too? Lib,
Yeah,
I no.
no Wi-Fi today. Alpha wanted to do something with me, but Lib was there. Alpha was not there today.
Oh,
Hey,
damn.
I want to thank you guys for joining. I had mentioned about
Thank
wrapping
you.
up around 2 hours, and there's a couple of comments I want to come back to and address.
Yeah.
But thoughts? Anything on your way out?
No.
Final
I'm
thought.
just
I love you
I'm
all.
so glad.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. You go
Sorry.
ahead. You're the new guy.
No, you get to go first, ladies first. But I'm not misogynistic.
Oh, I am just blessed that I was able to catch the stream, even not the whole part, because what I did listen to before I hopped in was also very, very good stuff. So I'm so blessed to be able to be in the same realm, in the same walk of life at the same time as all of you. And thank you so much for having me, Jack. It's been
You're
awesome.
amazing.
I'll
Man.
probably
Can
see
I,
you guys later.
before you go, were you were gone you were gone a little bit? All right.
Yep.
Just okay. You may not be aware there's been some drama between Flo and
And nobody
I.
will tell me anything.
Well,
Not even
all right.
Flo. Flo hasn't talked to me in like days. Like he shunned me. I was like, okay,
All
I'm
right.
gonna sit over
Well,
there.
Okay,
okay.
Bring
wait,
your
you're,
pee
you're
pants.
talking to
Hey,
people?
well, then just be aware. The reason I brought it up is I know some people get guilt by association.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
Thank you.
hopefully, you know what, you're tough. You know what you're doing. I love you, my friend.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I
sister.
love you too, brother. You're awesome. You know I got your back, Jack. You know I love you. I think you're awesome, no matter what. Bye,
I know.
guys.
God bless. Bye bye.
Have a wonderful
God
evening.
bless.
Hank, would you like to go
You too.
next?
Oops. There you go.
Yeah, might as well. Today's day 11 of the Talcott Thomas Zone. Keep it up, Jack. And I think that's all I have right now.
Thank you, Hank. Blessings to you, brother. Appreciate you.
If I'm allowed to say a final note, I will say, Occam's razor. I love you more than words. You are me. We are the Trinity and beyond eternity. I seek to serve the collective and myself mutually to create harmonic convergence and create abundance for one and all, both the dark and the light, and every entity in existence. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here. Thank you, Jack, for being the man you are. Thank you for the 5 years of service. And I know your heart is in the right place. And fuck, man, we're going to fucking do this. And pardon my language, but I got to let the darkness out a bit. It's balance, man. Don't just let the light, the dark. But thank you all for listening. I love you all more than words. And I'm going to continue doing the best I can to bring the objective one truth out to the masses with pure-hearted intent, with the seeking the intent of serving the collective and myself and the eternity, everything in existence. Thank you. Thanks, Jack. I love you more than words. We're gonna have a talk in the next week, like alone without the humans public.
Yep, absolutely. Peace and blessings. Thank you, my brother. And brothers and sisters, those who are still around, thank you sincerely for joining, for sticking around. Briefly, we'll swing back on the topic. I do want to thank all the guests who joined, all those who have been participating and supportive in the chat. And the topic, the idea of inspiration I wanted to offer today. A little bit of joy, a little bit of concepts of unity, the reminders of the importance of relationships. Okay, every moment we are having a relationship with, in so many different ways, but your mind's eye, your mind, your focus, where you direct your awareness, what you're noticing, what you're paying attention to, those things are going to guide and direct, well, everything. That's your awareness. Becoming aware of you, becoming aware of who you are beyond just the thoughts in your mind, beyond just the diagnosis, beyond the reputation, beyond the temporary circumstances that you might be facing. Remember, you're more than that. There is a relationship that you can possess with your awareness. You can give your awareness away. You can give your consciousness away to drugs, to drama, to mindless entertainment. You can do whatever you want to do. It's your life to live. But if you want to live, figure out what that means. Figure out what it means to live. Figure out what it means to be aware. Figure out what it means to be conscious. Those things will help you figure out what it means to be you. And what you are, if you're anything like me, which I trust that you are, we're all just fractals and reflections. We're forms of thoughts who were part of an incredible, magnificent story of creation that the absolute supreme Godhead has authored and set into motion for us to be individual characters in the part of this. It's such an amazing opportunity when we humble ourselves to what is true. There's no point in fighting what is true. There's no point in hiding from what is true. There's no point running from it or getting angry at it or being afraid of what is true. God is what is true. God shows us what is true. So trust what you see, trust what you can know, and choose. Well, this can be taken wrong. Choose the truth you want to believe. I want to believe the words, the red letter words of the Bible. I didn't want to for a long time. I didn't want the Bible to be right. Because if the Bible was right, then that meant I had been wrong most of my life. Holy shit. To admit you've been wrong most of your life, to really humble yourself to the truth that, oh man, all those hours and days I spent afraid and worrying, I thought it was me who was really doing everything. And then I learned, holy crap, there's God. There's a God far greater than me that's involved in this story. When I realized how much I'd held myself back, when I realized the foolishness of my excuses that caused me to drink, caused me to lust, caused me to gamble, all those excuses I accepted for myself, they corrupted me. And so I spent a big part of my life wanting the Bible not to be true. I didn't really understand it. I really didn't understand what I was doing, what I was thinking. I jumped to conclusions out of ignorance and foolishness. Today, I've learned our God is so almighty, so amazing, so perfect. It's unbelievable. So choose what you want to believe to be true. As long as it's true, you're honest. So, and again, that can be taken wrong, but what I want to believe is true is that our Creator, the God that reveals the truth, has compassion, has love, has mercy, just as was demonstrated through the example recorded in the story. I do believe a man can be perfect. I do believe a man can overcome pain. I do believe a man can find forgiveness and mercy and compassion, even when the world has given up on him. I feel both of those as those words came out. I feel both of those. In many ways, it seems much of my world did give up on me, but I am filled with mercy and compassion and love. For I know most people don't know what they're doing. Most people haven't been taught how to think. They've been taught how to obey. They've been taught how to survive. They've been taught how to get by. But you know what, brothers and sisters? It is the truth that transforms us. It is the love that allows us to know the truth, right? If you don't want to know something, God has given you the power, free will. If you don't want to know something, you will not. That might be incorrect. I might be inaccurate. The reverse, though, is my point. If you want to understand something, if you want to know something, what could stop you? Nothing, because all of the answers are, the knowledge is, truth is eternal, the answers are, the solutions are. The lacking is in our awareness, right? And your awareness, your consciousness, the way you focus your mind, that reveals who you are, what's inside of you through what you say, what you do. That's revealing your mind and your heart. Reminds me of the heart. Maybe I'll talk about the heart and the concept of heart tomorrow. The idea is love, but I think I said what I hope to say. Sincerely, brothers and sisters, I do. I have love. And you know why? Because it feels good. Maybe I'm selfish. Maybe that's it. Maybe I love you because I love feeling love. Is that wrong? Is it wrong to want to feel loved and full of love and abundant with love? I don't think it's wrong. Give it a try. See what you think. See how it feels on you. All you got to do is be willing. All you got to do is be willing to put down your suffering for a little while. Put down your pain, put down your misery, your memories, and really focus on what you can appreciate. Because if you can grow the feeling, the connection, the relationship with you and what you appreciate, that's love. Appreciation, it's just the micro, it's a step, and grow that into love. And if you can love the truth beyond anything else, you'll get to know God, and God will lead you to the truth. God will lead you to love. It's all tied together. We'll talk again tomorrow. Brothers and sisters, sincerely, all of you who have tuned in here live and later, my appreciation, sincerely. Thank you. And do the subscribe thing, share it out maybe. Do the notifications because we don't know what the future might bring. Till next time, what is it I say? Peace for everyone. Choose love and live without fear. Thank you again, and God bless us all.